What if the thing you've been trying so hard to figure out this week isn't actually a puzzle to solve? It's an invitation to play with. Because the energy right now is not asking you to grind harder, it's asking you to loosen your grip. And I'm going to show you exactly why right now. Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome back to Aligned and Abundant. I'm your host, Christine Marcario, intuitive spiritual teacher, and this is your Frequency Friday, the one where we look at what the moon's doing, what's coming through from the archangels, what the cards are showing us collectively, and what all of it means for your life and your business. This weekend and into next week. I don't know about you, but I've been feeling this real pull toward lightness lately. Less, how do I fix this? More, how do I feel good while I figure it out? And it turns out the sky agrees with me. So let's get into it because this week is giving big summer of play energy, and I am so here for it. Okay, let's start with the moon because she's got something really fun going on today. We are in a waning crescent moon, and today, while you're listening to this, the moon is actually mid-transition. She spends the day in chatty, curious Gemini, and then tonight, right around 10:42 p.m. Eastern, she slips into steady, sensual Taurus. So this is a both and kind of day energetically, mental and mind buzzy earlier on, then grounding into the body as the night goes on. And we're just a few days out from a brand new moon on July 14th. So this whole weekend is really the release and rest phase of the cycle, the composting, the let it go so something new can grow phase. By the time you're waking up Saturday, the moon will be settled into Taurus, and Taurus wants comfort. Taurus wants beauty, good food, slowness, soft blankets, things that feel good in the body. So this weekend isn't asking you to hustle toward anything. It's asking you to come home to your body and let yourself enjoy something simple. In your personal life, today might feel a little more mentally busy. Lots of thoughts, conversations, ideas swirling with that Gemini energy. Let that happen and then let yourself land. Tonight and this weekend are gorgeous for slow morning, cooking something delicious just because, letting a friend or partner take care of you for once instead of you doing all the holding. And in your business, this is not a weekend for big launches or big decisions. Save those for after the new moon. This is a weekend for tidying loose ends, clearing the inbox, deleting the tabs, closing the loops. That grounded Taurus energy loves a clean foundation. So if you've been putting off some simple admin thing, tonight is the moment the moon is basically begging you to knock it off your list. I pulled 3 cards for you, the collective, before recording this. And friend, these cards came through clear. Card 1, the Star. After a season of letting go, of maybe feeling a little raw, the Star shows up and says, hope is not naive. Healing is happening when you can't see it yet. You are being renewed right now, quietly, like starlight that takes years to reach us, but never stops traveling. Card 2, the 6 of Cups. This one made me smile because it is so summer of play. This card is about nostalgia, innocence, and reconnecting with your inner child. It's asking you, when's the last time you did something just because it was fun? Not productive, not strategic, just fun. The 6 of Cups is telling the collective that your joy is not a distraction from your purpose. It is part of your purpose. Card 3, the Wheel of Fortune. Change is moving through the collective right now, and it's cyclical, not chaotic. Things are shifting into a new phase, whether you push hard or not. The invitation here is trust the turning instead of white knuckling the wheel. Put those three together, and here's the through line. You are being renewed. You are being invited back into joy, and change is already in motion. You don't have to force a single part of this. You just have to let it happen. All right, before we move into the week ahead, I want to bring in what's coming from the Archangel realm because it lines up perfectly with everything we just talked about. Archangel Haniel is very present this weekend and really has been. Haniel governs intuition, grace, and moon energy specifically. So, of course, she's here as we move through this shifting, waning moon. If you've been feeling extra sensitive, extra intuitive, or like you just know things without being able to explain how, that's Haniel. Haniel's message for you this weekend is this: your knowing doesn't need to be justified. You don't have to explain the download to trust it. This totally reminds me of the episode that I just released on Tuesday with trusting your inner authority. So I love when these divine synchronicities happen. Haniel wants you to stop asking your intuition to defend itself in a court of logic. It doesn't have to. It's allowed to just be true. If you want to connect with Haniel's energy this weekend, here's a simple practice. Step outside tonight, even if you can't see the moon, and place your hand over your heart and say, Haniel, help me trust what I know. That's it. Let her do the rest. All right, let's look at the week ahead because this is a week you're going to want to move through consciously, not on autopilot. The overarching theme of this week is integration. We are still deep inside Mercury retrograde in Cancer, which started back on June 29th and runs all the way through June 23rd. And smack in the middle of this week on July 12th, Mercury reaches something called Cazimi. That's when Mercury sits so close to the sun that it's essentially bathed in solar light and clarity. It's considered one of the most powerful moments of insight during this entire retrograde. So here's what that means in plain language. This week, especially around Sunday and Monday, you may get a flash of clarity about something you've been confused about all retrograde season. Pay attention to it. Write it down. Don't second guess it. Trust that inner authority. In your personal life, Mercury retrograde in Cancer has been stirring up old emotional patterns, especially around family, home, and how safe you feel being vulnerable with people. This week, instead of armoring up when a tender conversation comes up, try naming what you've actually been feeling out loud. Cancer energy wants you to soften your shell, not thicken it. In your business, retrograde season is asking you to review rather than launch. This seems to be the message as of lately. This is a beautiful week to revisit old content, old offers, old client conversations. Not because you did anything wrong, but because there's gold in the review and the reflection. If a past client reaches out, if an old idea resurfaces, if a project you shelved months ago suddenly feels relevant again, that's not a coincidence. That's Mercury handing you a redo. And with the new moon landing Tuesday, July 14th, right as Mercury is easing toward its final stretch, this is a week that's quietly setting you up for a fresh start, even while the retrograde is still technically active. I also want to call in a second archangel for the week ahead because their energy is so relevant to what we're moving through with Mercury retrograde. Archangel Gabriel is stepping in strong this week. Gabriel governs communication and creativity, which makes total sense during a Mercury retrograde in this chatty, sensitive Cancer energy. If your words have felt jumbled or you've been struggling to say what you actually mean, Gabriel is here to help you find your voice again, not by forcing it, but by softening into it. Gabriel's message this week is you don't need the perfect words, you need honest ones. Say the true thing, even if it's a little messy, and trust the right people will understand you. Here's a simple daily practice to work with Gabriel all week. Each morning before you check your phone, place your hand on your throat and say, Gabriel, help me speak what's true for me today. And that's it. Watch how your conversations start to shift. Okay, I want to leave you with one energetic focus to anchor into this week, and it comes straight from everything we've talked about today. Your focus this week is play. Play. Not productivity disguised as play. Actual, no agenda, inner child, 6 of Cups play. Because with the moon asking you to rest and release, Mercury asking you to soften and speak honestly, and the cards telling you your joy is your purpose, the thread running through all of it is the same. You are allowed to enjoy your life while you're building it. So this is your week to say, I don't have to earn joy. It's already mine. If any of this is landing for you and you're craving more than a weekly episode, that's exactly what the Soul Shine Collective is for. Every month inside our community, we go deeper into the energy behind the moon. We pull tarot cards, and we are in the middle of the summer of play. It is not too late for you to get in. The replays are live and available, and we're having so much fun. Okay, friend, that's your Frequency Friday for July 10th. Before you go, here are 2 journal prompts to sit with this weekend, and they'll also be in the show notes. Where in my life have I made joy something I have to earn instead of something I already deserve? What is one honest, unfiltered thing I've been afraid to say out loud? If this episode landed for you, please share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And if you're not on my newsletter yet, come join us. Every week, I share extra tools and special goodies I don't post anywhere else. The link is in the show notes. And don't forget, Tuesday, we're diving into a full teaching episode I think you're going to love. So make sure you're subscribed to the podcast so you don't miss anything. I love you. I'm cheering for you, and I'll see you on the next episode. Until then, stay aligned, stay abundant. And remember, you are more powerful than you know. I'm Christine Marcario. This is Aligned and Abundant. Bye for now.